Hey, you guys. Good morning. Are you guys doing okay? Let me know if you're live. Hey, Dee, how are you? I had a few technical issues, obviously, today. Out of all the days it could happen, today was the day. So if you're joining live, say hi. And if you're watching this on replay, just let me know as well. I am really excited to be here this morning. It's a busy season, but I'm excited to be talking about something that I'm really passionate about, which is business. There are two things that I really love to talk about is travel and business. So today we get to talk about both of them. Good morning, good morning. And yeah, so this is going to be very informal. So if you have questions, just pop them in the comments and anything like that. I'll do my best to answer your questions as well. But today I figured I would talk about how to move abroad without a job. Because for a lot of people, the main deterrent or the main challenge when it comes to moving abroad is money. Okay. And it's a huge deal, right? Money and then family situation. Like maybe you have aging parents, and maybe your kids are a certain age where you don't feel comfortable taking them away up from the country and moving across the world. But money is a big reason why a lot of people feel like they're not ready to move. And so for a lot of them, the solution is either, okay, let's save some money, and that will take a lot of time depending on where you're moving to. Or, I mean, if you're moving with a family, that's a lot of money that you have to save and put to the side, right? A lot of money you have to make and then put to the side. Another alternative would be to find a job, a local job at your destination. But this is definitely something I would not advise you to do because the chances of you finding a job there are very slim because you're entering an extremely competitive market where people who live there already are trying to get those jobs. So you, a foreigner, trying to go in there and get those jobs, it's not going to happen. I mean, it can happen, but I personally feel that it's not fair, quote unquote, mostly if you're going into an emerging economy. Okay. So that's the second option, like trying to find a job there. Another option is to keep your current job and see if they have a branch, an international branch at your destination. And in that way, you would just transfer, I mean, keep the same role, but or maybe transfer roles, but at a new destination. For that as well, the chances are very slim because it's not all the companies that have international branches and not all of them have branches at the place where you want to move to. Okay. So that again, it gets a little complicated. Another option is to find a remote job or work from anywhere job. And this is the most popular option right now that we see it everywhere. Everybody's talking about remote jobs, remote jobs. It was popular before the pandemic, and now with the pandemic, it has exploded. Everybody wants to land a remote job that allows them to travel the world and live and work from anywhere. The main issue that I see with remote jobs or work from anywhere is that your move abroad and your life abroad is dependent on that job. So the same security, the same job security that you have here in the US or anywhere in the West is the same as, when you're abroad because they can fire you at any time, right? They're not required to give you any reason to fire you. So it's very dangerous. It's even less safe for you to depend on a remote job to move abroad because if they fire you and you're here, oh well, at least you're here, you have your house and everything, and then you just find another job. But if you're overseas when they fire you, then that means you have to come back, right? And it can happen at any time. A month in, 2 months in, a year in. So the job security is even more, it's less secure, right? It's not as secure as we think it is. Now, the alternative that I personally always suggest and always go for because it's based on my own personal experience and what I help my clients do is to have your own online business. Own your own online business. It's a location independent business that you can run from anywhere just using your laptop and an internet connection. You don't need major infrastructure. You don't need to be in a specific time zone. You don't need to be right? There's not a lot of requirements as long as you can run everything from your laptop. Okay. And I'm going to look at my notes here because I don't want to forget any of the important points that I'm going to share with you guys today. Okay. So a lot of people will delay their move abroad because they haven't saved enough money yet, or because they're still looking for that remote job. Okay. So that will delay the process. Building an online business can take time. But the thing is that the sooner you start, the sooner you'll be able to leave, because the sooner you'll be able to be profitable. Okay. So if you're saying, well, you know what, I want to leave next year, or I'm not leaving until 3 years down the road, that's even better, because then you have more time to make your business profitable. You have even savings on the side and your own, incoming money that is already coming, right? Regardless of if you're moving or not, right? And if you're saying, well, you know what, I'm trying to move this year, can I make it happen? Absolutely, you can make it happen. It just depends on the type of business that you set up. Okay. And this is something that I help my clients with. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. Okay. So, what are the benefits of having your own online business? It's not all about sipping pina coladas on the beach and, because that sounds good and looks good on paper and on Instagram and all of that, but it's not all glitz and glamour. I'm going to break it down into the most realistic, down to earth benefits of having an online business. It's not about the frivolous, not that you don't want to do that or that you cannot do that, but it's more about what's realistic. Okay. D saying, owning your own business, you feel risky. How do you know your business is ready to sustain you? This is a great point, D. A very, very good point. What I always recommend is for you to be profitable before you move. So if you're just launching your business, let's say next week, and then you decide to move next month and you haven't made a dollar yet, well, this is really risky. But if you're already profitable, already making money, you have, and I'm going to go into details later, but you have, you can predict your income just like any major company, major corporation. They can predict their income because of data that they already have. So if you know that you can sustain it based on what you've done and the growth that you've got in the past, you can make predictions about how much you're going to make in the coming months, trimesters, semesters, and years. Okay. So it's risky. Just like having a job is risky, having a business is risky too, and it's not for everybody. But I strongly believe that it's the best alternative. It's the best alternative because, let me go into the details. Let me go into my list, okay? So, first benefit of having your own online business. And if you want to tap it in the chat, be my guest. First benefit is more flexibility. More flexibility. That means that you can set up your own hours, not necessarily so that you can chill at the pool, but just because, and from my perspective, as a parent of 4 children at elementary age, I can decide to go and volunteer in my kids' school, at my kids' school, or go for their graduation ceremony, kindergarten graduation ceremony, because I can work before that or I can work after that from home. Okay, so I can block out the time to go and be there for my kids or have lunch with them at school, right? And I know how special this is for them as small kids. And even if you have teenagers or whatever the age of your kids, this is something very important. Even if you're caring for an aging parent, you have that flexibility. Like, at in a few hours, I'm taking my dad to a doctor's appointment. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I was working at a 9 to 5, because he has those appointments. My mom has those appointments, and they just happen at random times of the day, any day. And what boss is going to let you just take time off, like at least 2 or 3 times a month, just to go and take your parents to the doctors, not even counting your own kids and yourself? Okay. So that flexibility to decide on what hours of the day you're going to work and make it work for your lifestyle. Like, I personally like to go to Starbucks at 4:30 a.m. Not every day, but the Starbucks not far from my house opens at 4:30. Okay. So what I like to do is go there from 4:30 till 7:30. No, 4:30 till 6:30. Do the work that I have to do for the day. Then I'm back to help my husband get the kids ready for school, and then I'm done for the day. When they're at school, I can still do some light work and all of that. but at least I've had that flexibility to work when I want and the way that I want. Okay. For me, as a parent and also as a person who just doesn't like to be told what to do, I think this is a major, major benefit. Okay. So that was benefit number one, more flexibility. And if you have questions, pop them in there. Number two, benefit number two, we kind of mentioned it, is working from anywhere. Okay. The thing with the remote job is that not all of them allows you to work from anywhere. And the anywhere is the key word here because a lot of the remote jobs will require you to be in the country. Okay. You can work from home, but you have to be in the country. Even if you use a VPN, the IT guy can bypass all of that and they can find out where you are and you can get into trouble. Okay. It's not like you can work from, I don't know, from Tunisia for 6 months and then pretend that you're in Ohio. That's not going to happen. Okay. You need to have a work from anywhere job, not just a remote job. Okay. It's very, very different. And a lot of people are not aware of that difference. But with your own online location independent business, you can work from anywhere. A few years ago, we took our kids on a European tour. We were in Switzerland, we were in Serbia, we were in France, and I just had my laptop with me and I had Wi-Fi, and there was even Wi-Fi on the train, I think. But I could take my business from anywhere I wanted. Okay, so that's the key: working from anywhere. For people who are choosing destinations where, like emerging economies, where maybe the infrastructure is not super solid, this is key because as long as you have the internet, and your laptop, you can make it work. That's all that matters. Okay. Number three, that's basically what I said. It doesn't require much. You have your laptop, you have the internet, you're good. You can take it on the road. Sometimes I work from my phone, sometimes I work from my laptop, depending on the work that I do. Sometimes I like to do it on my phone or sometimes on my laptop. Okay. And that's pretty much all I need. Obviously, I need electricity, but that's a given. And light. All right. So that was number three. It doesn't require much. It's not like you are required to have a desk or you're required to have an office or I mean, you can if you want, but you can work from a co-working space or a coffee shop, from your hotel room or your house, right? It doesn't require any major infrastructure. Number four, this one is the one that I absolutely love. You get to work with who you want. You get to decide who you want to work with. It's not like a corporation where you get, like, maybe if you're in consulting and then you have a consulting client and then you get to work with them for a week or two. No, you get to decide who you want to work with. My clients and I get that understanding where I like them, they like me, we work together. I cannot force people to work with me. They cannot force me to work with them. Right? That's how it works. Right? So this makes the whole process so enjoyable because it's your business and you get to make the decisions for your business and you get to decide on who you want to work with. So I truly love all of my clients, all the past, present. I love them because I got to decide that yes, I wanted to work with them. Okay. And I could have said no. But the fact that you can say no, I think it's pretty empowering and it's pretty cool. Okay. So that's a definitely great benefit. All right, we have some questions here. All right, good advice as usual, Linda. I love working for myself, right? It's amazing. Tell me what you love about working for yourself. Um, D saying remote work impacts where we move abroad. What list can tell me which countries will have stable electricity and internet? Yes, this is a great question. So I'm sure you can Google it. I'm not personally sure about if there's like this list and then this link where you can find the list of countries. That's something that you can Google, and you can also use a resource like what's the name of where you can get the different budget. What is it? I think it's Numbeo, where you can get. Let me type it in the chat. Numbeo, where you can get an idea of the cost of living and different other criteria of life in that destination. Okay. So if, for example, you have done a scouting trip, or if you're planning to do a scouting trip, this is something that I would absolutely test. Test the internet speed. This is something that I did in Cote d'Ivoire when we went. Tested it at a co-working space. I tested it at my friend's house, and everything was great, just same speed as here. I mean, I'm not super techie, but it was it was fast. Okay, so that's something that absolutely need to do when you're scouting, and online searching, like using a site like Numbeo and other forums, because sometimes it depends on where you are. Like, for example, a country like Costa Rica that has both forests, jungle, and beach, the forest area and the interior might not have as high speed internet as the coastal areas. So you have to know also where exactly you're going, which cities you're going. Are you going in the mountain area? Are you going by the beach? Are you going, is there a, I mean, is it a big city, or are you going in the countryside? So you have to also look at those details. Okay. Yeah, digital nomad countries. This one you can, I think I Googled it a few weeks ago. I was looking at specific African countries that offer digital nomad visas. And I believe there's Mauritius, um, Cape Verde, and maybe another one that offers it in Africa specifically, because that's where I was looking for. But yeah, definitely countries who offer those are more likely to have good internet service. But again, it depends on where you're going. Okay. So even a country like Spain, you would think, oh, it's a developed country and everything. But if you go in the countryside in the middle of nowhere, the internet might not be as fast as if you go to Madrid or Barcelona. Okay. So you have to look at specifically the area and ask people who are there. If you're not planning to go scouting trip, you can go online and ask people who go there, who live there. Sorry. Okay. I get to work from anywhere and I don't have to ask anyone permission to take time off, right? I don't know about you. I don't know if it's, I mean, I guess guys too, but for women, because sometimes we have that time of the month where we just don't want to do anything, or maybe just because you're tired. And it's very convenient because you get to decide, you know what, I'm going to watch a little bit more TV now, but then I'm going to crank it up and work late into the night. You can't tell your boss that. That's not going to fly, right? So that flexibility is everything to me. Okay, so we were on point number 4. Those are great questions, guys. Point number 5, you focus on the work, and this is something that I had to work to learn the hard way. Point number 5, which is you get to focus on the work that you like and outsource the rest. I used to try to do everything, the things that I liked, the things that I was good at, the things that I was not good at, and the things that I disliked. I still do sometimes. I have to be better at it. But this is, it's like a blessing and a curse. It's like, because everything has to be done by you. When you get started, it's just you, maybe you and your spouse, right? But it's just you doing it. It's not like you have a whole team. You don't start with a team, you just start by yourself. And you have to do the accounting, and you have to do the marketing, and you have to do the sales, and you have to do the graphic design, and you have, right? And at first, when I started my first business, I did it all myself. Granted, I didn't have kids then, but I had more time. But then at some point, you have to realize that your time is money. And so you either get to spend time or you get to spend money and energy as well. But so if you don't have a lot of time, then okay, maybe you have a lot more money because you have your 9 to 5 salary. So you spend that money to get somebody to do maybe the accounting for you, somebody to do all the graphics for you. I am not really good. Like, graphic design is not my skill, is not my gift. Okay. And I know it. I know it's not my gift, but the good graphics that I have were not done by me. They were done by a VA, virtual assistant, who I paid to do the graphics for me because I cannot coordinate colors. Okay. And you're not gifted at everything. We have our unique set of skills, and we have to utilize those skills and go deeper on the things that we're really, really good at, and let to the side the things that we're not that good at, and let somebody else help us with those. Okay. And again, it's not something that we always think about at first, and we want to do everything because it's just us. But with time, you realize that, you know what, I'm wasting a lot of time doing graphics, or I'm wasting a lot of time doing email, setting up funnels, or doing things that are maybe very technical and you're not a super techie person. And you're like, you know what, somebody on Fiverr or somebody on Upwork can do that in 1 hour. And it's been taking me, I've been working on it for a month. Is that a good use of your time? Probably not. Okay. So you have to think about, what is something that I'm really, really good at? Identify that thing and really do it. Do that. And the things that you're not really great at and that are taking you a lot of time to actually complete, trying to see if you can outsource those things. Okay. So that flexibility, again, is a great advantage of having your own business. You have to be able to identify those things. But once you do, you can really hone in on the things that you're really good at, and have somebody help you. Once you're ready, have somebody help you with the things that you're not really good at. Okay. I'm not great with the numbers, and my husband helps me with those. And that's just how it is. Okay. Like I said, I'm not great with graphic design. I had somebody do my graphics. Now I have a template. Now I can just change the text and I can do that myself. Okay. But the things that I'm really good at, I love going live. I love doing video and things like that. I just do it myself. Okay. Okay. How did you find a VA? Great question, D. My first VA, I found her on Upwork. That was back in maybe like 6 years ago, something like that. I was still at my 9 to 5, and I had the money to pay her because I didn't have the time to do the things that I wanted her to do. And she did graphic design. So it was on upwork.com. Let me type it up. Upwork.com. She did graphic design. She did some uh, community management in my Facebook group. She worked for me, I think, for 2 years. And then I had another VA that I met through another business owner. So it was a referral type thing. And she was with me for, I think, maybe 3 or 4 years. Yeah. So Upwork is the place where I would go. Oh, and another one also that I met on Upwork, that I got on Upwork. Yeah. So Upwork is the place to go for that. You can find other websites or even referrals, like asking in trusted Facebook groups, like asking other people how they found their VAs, or even asking like in entrepreneurial business Facebook groups. You can just post what you need. I'm looking for somebody who can help me with graphic design or this, and those are your criteria. And then people will respond and let you know if they can, if they can help you. All right. Okay, so we were in point number 5. Focus on the work you like and outsource the rest. Point number 6. You gotta love this one. Point number 6, when you own your own business, and specifically your online business, is that you don't have any financial cap in earning. You don't. You might think, well, I can't make that much money. How am I going to make that much money? That's not the point. The thing is that you technically don't have a cap. There's nothing in the world that says, there's no document, there's no memo that says this person, your name, your position, and then this is the max you can make. There's no such thing when you have your own business. If you have a job, yes, because there is a grid, right? If you work for the government or something like that, definitely there's a cap. If you're working for a private institution, you can negotiate a little bit, but it's not like there's no cap. There's definitely a cap. But when you have your online business, there's really no cap. You can make more money this month. You can make less the following month, but there's no real maximum of how much money you can make. Okay. So this one is a very encouraging one because, there's the pressure of doing it all yourself, okay, at the beginning. And sometimes you go through seasons where you push a lot and then you pull a little bit, you push a lot. And so maybe you're going to have a little more money and then a little less money. There are pros and cons to that. The pros is that if you're in push mode and you're like, I'm going all out on this, you can make a lot of money and then you can rest a little bit. Okay. But it's not like you have to be on go, go, go all the time. If you are in a situation where you're like, okay, I need a little more money right now because, okay, my kids are sick or whatever it is, or I want to go on vacation, you can sell more of something or you can sell something at a higher price point, right? And then you can make more money. There are different ways to do that. Okay. So number 6, I think this is a very important point that a lot of people don't realize about having your own online businesses, but it's true. Your revenue fluctuates, but the great thing about that is that you don't have a max. There's no cap on how much money you can actually make. Number 7, going back to remote jobs and the advantage of having your own online business. And this is for all the rebellious people out there. You get to decide on what you offer. You get to decide on what to do. It's your business. You decide on what services you're going to offer, what products you're going to sell. It's not somebody, it's not your boss telling you, okay, these are the objectives and the goals for this semester, for this quarter, and this is a strategy. Let's go. You're going to get to do this, 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 in charge of this, 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 and this person's going to be in charge of. You get to decide what is the strategy. You get to decide on your goals. Nobody else is going to tell you these should be your goals and this should be the strategy you should follow. No, you get to decide on the goals, and based on the goals that you personally want to have, because you're entitled to those goals, then you get to work on the strategy with somebody else. Like somebody can help you with that. Okay, I help my clients with that, with the strategy, but I never tell my clients these should be your goals. It's based on the goals that they want to accomplish. Then I'm like, oh yeah, we can do this way, and that way, and they can take it or not. But nobody's in a position to tell you what your goals should be. All right. So that's something very specific to having your own online business, because you decide on the direction that you want to take your business into. Okay. For my marketing business, I've had different types of offers, different types of ways that people could work with me. I've done VIP days where people can work with me in one day and we get it done in just one day, whether it's face-to-face or online. I've done 3 months coaching programs. I've done retreats. I've done courses. I've done templates, like downloadable digital products. So different ways, but I got to decide what I wanted to offer. And I can say, you know what, it's a summer, the kids are at home. I don't want to do in-person VIP days because I don't want to be away from my kids. So I'm going to do courses. So I don't have to be out there involved in the process of the delivery of the service, but I want that service to be available for my audience. I want them to be able to get that knowledge and to learn from me, but I don't have to be involved in that. Okay. So you get to decide on, okay, I want to offer this right now in this season. I want to offer this in this season. You decide. You decide on your goals. You decide on your offers. Okay. Then the strategy, you can have somebody help you with that. This saying, corporate work has sucked away a lot of my creativity. This topic is energizing. I'm so glad you're saying that, because I personally wouldn't call myself a creative person. But that side of doing whatever I want to do, which I guess is creativity, there's no price to it. It's just, and at the beginning, so when you start your online business, obviously you're going to follow, there are other people you look up to, there are other people, other models, business models that you're going to follow at the beginning, and you're going to be like, okay, they're doing this, so it looks successful. Okay, I think I can do that. Okay. But then with time, you get to realize that, you know what? I've learned that there's so many business models. And this one is the one that I like best. Or this one fits my lifestyle. This one fits my personality. Okay. Like I said, I've tried different things. I've tried the 6 months, the retreat, everything. And now I only do the ones that really light my fire. I love retreats. Okay. But it's not something that I can do every month, obviously, because I like international retreats. I hosted a retreat in Morocco. And that was one of my favorite things to do, okay? Because it fits my personality, and it was a chance to go back home to Morocco, and it was great, right? VIP days, I love VIP days because I want action right now. I want results now. And so in a VIP day, you have 6 hours together where you actually get to implement things. I love implementation. Okay. I love when we get to sit together face to face and we do the work in one day and it's done. Okay. That fits my personality. That's why I offer VIP days. You can offer whatever you want that feels your life, that fits your lifestyle, your personality, your need or anything like that. Okay. So you can really tap into your creativity and the way you really like to interact with some people. Some people don't like to talk to people. They don't like to do sales calls. So their business model is one where they, for example, just offer courses. They can go live, they can do videos, maybe they do a lot of content on Instagram, but the only way you can work with them, technically with them, is by buying their courses. You're not going to have a one-on-one coaching session with them. And that's 100% fine because that's their business model. That's what works for their personality, their lifestyle, and all of that. So you get to decide the framework that you want to use, the style that you want to use. And that to me is extremely rewarding because, like you said, Dee, it's like when you can only do things a certain way because corporate says this is how it's done, this is how it has to be done, it kind of kills something inside of you, right? Even if you offer alternatives and they kind of ignore you a little bit, yeah, it's stressful and it's draining. Okay. So those were the 7 benefits of the alternative to a remote job, to having your own online business as a way to move and financially sustain your lifestyle abroad. It's not that you're going to, like, if the job drops you, the whole plan of moving abroad falls apart because you use that job to move abroad. But your business, as long as you're in business and as you grow, you establish systems, you hire people, you have a team. And so you grow, okay, with time. And so you don't, so wherever the destination, the location of where you are is independent of your business, right? So it's a location independent business, technically, right? Because just because you are in Canada doesn't mean that your business is going to make more money. Just because you're in South Africa doesn't mean your business is going to make less money. It doesn't matter where you are. It's really about the business and how you decided on, the systems that you put into place. Okay. Well, hello, Miss Jackie. How are you? Good to see you here. So, like I said earlier, maybe you're thinking that, okay, you're not ready for an online business because what do I know about business? I didn't go to business school, or nobody in my family has ever had a business, or I don't have the training, or whatever your reason is. Like I said earlier, the sooner you get started, the easier it's going to be because there's a lot to learn, but we all make mistakes. There's a lot of mistakes to be made, and probably that's not what you want to hear. But I have to be honest. Not everything that you do in your business will succeed, and that's the risky part of it. Okay, there's risk in everything you do in life, but you just have to pick your risk. Pick your risk on a job, or pick your risk in a fulfilling online business. Okay, life is filled with risk. You just have to pick the one that you want, right? Maybe you're like, I don't really know how to run a business. I'm not business savvy. And to be honest, not everybody has to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody has to run a business. Just like not everybody has to be a doctor. I cannot be I cannot be a nurse. I cannot be a doctor. And I'm so glad, thank God every day, that there are people who are skilled and willing and excited about being doctors. Because if it was just me, we would just look at each other like that. Like, I can't help you, right? So it's not for everybody, for sure. It's not for everybody. You have to know if this is for you. And for some of you, it could be, you might be thinking, I don't know what to offer. I don't know what my business could be about. I don't have anything to offer. Well, trust me, everybody has a skill set. Everybody has a gift. If you're on this earth, you have a gift. Maybe you don't know what your gift is yet, or more than likely you are overlooking your gift. Your gift might be writing, your gift might be listening, your gift might be speaking. And maybe you're overlooking those things because you're like, yeah, but I don't make money with that, or I don't create things. I'm not an artist, right? But every single thing that you have, your gift, whether you have one or multiple gifts, those are things that you can monetize. You can package them in a way that you can offer them to other people who need what you have. Some people need help with writing newsletters or writing their resumes or writing motivation letters. If you're a great writer, that's something you can help them with. If you're a great speaker, that's something you can help them with. Whether it comes natural to you or something that you have formal training. Okay? I'm a great planner. I didn't go to school to plan, but I'm a great planner. And that's a skill that I use to help my clients to plan their content or to plan their business and their goals and set their goals and all of that. But it's not something that I technically went to school for. Okay? So there's something that you have that you are maybe overlooking, or maybe you're like, you know what? I'm doing this in corporate. I wish I could do it for myself because I will have more creativity. I will have more flexibility, or I know exactly what's the best thing for the clients that we have, but I can't help them the way I want to help them because I'm part of a company. But if you were independent, then you would know exactly how you could best help them. Okay, so maybe it's something that you already do right now, and you wish you could just transfer those skills from a job or not a 9 to 5 to your name, right? And just do it online. And that's something that you can absolutely do. Okay, so I'm here to tell you that if you have a little, twinkle, a little something, a little wondering, can I, would I, should I, how would that look like in my life? If you have that little thing, that little flame, that little spark, I want to speak to you. I want actually to invite you to book some time to talk with me to see if this is actually something that you can pursue and if it's something that I can actually help you with. Like I said, I'm offering VIP days. This is something that I absolutely love to do because it's all about implementation. Okay. In one day, we get to package your offer based on your skills, based on your gifts, based on the things that you feel like, oh, it's craziness, but I would love to do this. I've always wanted to do this. Well, you can because it's your own business and you can do that. Okay. So this is a time where in one day we get to look at your offer, possible offer, whether it's one offer or multiple offers. We get to identify and get clear on who you would offer it to, who will be your target, and where you find these people online, whether it's on social media or networking events, wherever it is. We get to be really clear on that. And we put a plan together so that you can start making money sooner, so you can start being profitable and financially sustain your lifestyle when you move abroad. Because if you're here, you already know you want to move abroad. Maybe you don't have a date yet. Maybe you're like, oh, I'm just thinking, I don't know, maybe in 3 years or something like that. But if that's already something you want to do, and money is one of the challenges that you have, having your online business can eliminate a big, big, big challenge. Okay. I'm not saying that it guarantees that you're going to be a millionaire or anything like that. All I'm saying is that although it's risky, it's less risky than having a job where your move depends on that job, because anything can happen. The company can shut down, restructuring, they can fire you, anything can happen. And if you're moving with family members, that's a lot of stress. Okay. So if that's something that you're interested in, I'm going to drop the link in the comments and description of this video as well. I invite you to book some time so we can see if a VIP day would be a good fit for you. Any questions that you may have, guys, just let me know. Pop them in the comment. Jackie's saying, so true. You do have to be confident in what you offer. Absolutely. And Jackie, I know you're really confident. I love your videos. You talk with confidence, and I know you love what you do. I really do. Okay. So any questions you may have, whether you are here live, I can stay for a few more minutes, or if you're watching this on the replay, just let me know. Again, this is something that I've been in business, and I have different businesses, but I've been in business since 2013. Okay, so even when I was at my 9 to 5, I had started my business, and the flexibility is just unmatched, and the flexibility, the fulfillment that you feel, because that you're doing something that you're producing, and you know you're helping others. It's not like you have to go, I mean, I have a PhD, so it's not like you have to go and get a degree so that you're legitimate to run a business. No, it's based on something that you know, that you love, and something that you've been gifted. And now you get the opportunity to share it with others. You get to help others. And I think that there's nothing more fulfilling than that knowing something that comes natural to you, and you can just use it to help others. So yeah, telling you, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. And that's always going to be my message. The online business is the way to go, for the reasons that I've said before. And yeah. All right, guys. Any questions you may have, feel free to pop them. I'm going to step out for today. I hope this was helpful. And we're going to be talking a lot more about business, like online business and all of that, just because I know that for a lot of people, money, again, is one of the challenges when it comes to moving abroad. And so I want to add a little more of that content here on the channel. Do I need to know, I guess? Do I need to know what I want to do to work with you, or is it brainstorm part of VIP Day? So before the VIP Day, I actually send you a questionnaire. This is a great question, Dee. I send you a questionnaire where you're going to give me, let me know if you have a business already. Let me know the ideas, the offer that you have, the price one that you have, in case you have a business. But if you don't have a business as well, you can give me that information, and then we get to decide on what to focus on during the VIP Day. That way, the VIP Day is not like, okay, so what do you want to work on? No. VIP Day is when we actually do the work. So beforehand, you were going to know, and we're going to agree on exactly what to work on during the VIP Day. So great question. I'm going to send you the link. You fill out the questionnaire. You will book a time for the VIP Day. Once I read the questionnaire and give you the green light and all of that, and then VIP Day, at the end of it, you'll have your whole plan. We're going to start implementing right away. And after the VIP Day, you're also going to have a follow-up coaching session, to see to make sure that you're on track with everything. Nice questions, guys. All right, let me make sure that I've covered everything. Let me review my notes. And yeah, one thing that I really love about VIP Days is that they are as different as the people I work with. It's like some people, they're personalized. That's what I mean. Some people like to work on live events. That's what they want to do, live events. Some people want to work on courses, and that's what we work on. So whatever, floats your boats, that's what we're going to work on. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I think I got everything. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here with me for 45 minutes. Any questions, again, feel free to post them in the comments, and I'll come back and answer them for you. I'm excited, as you can tell. All right, you enjoy the rest of your Friday and your weekend as well. I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.